myself Aman from BSc Chemistry Honors Final Year is here to give a presentation on organozinc compounds. So first of all I would like to tell you about organometallic compounds. The compounds in which there is a bond between metal and carbon are known as organometallic compounds. But there are some exceptions such as carbynes and cyanides. In these compounds there is a bond between metal and carbon, but these compounds are not considered as organometallic compounds. The reason is that these compounds don't show same physical properties of organometallic compounds, so these compounds are not considered as organometallic compounds. Example of some organometallic compounds are Grignard reagent, RMGX, alkyl lithium, RLI. So now I would like to tell you about organozinc compounds. The compounds in which there is a bond between carbon and zinc atom are known as organozinc compounds. These are represented by R2Zn. These are used for synthesis of organic compounds in industry. Now I would like to tell you about formation of organozinc compounds. Firstly, we can prepare organozinc compound from alkyl halide. For this, alkyl halide react with zinc fillings and form alkyl zinc iodide, and after that alkyl zinc iodide distillate in presence of carbon dioxide and form dialkyl zinc and zinc iodide. Let's understand this reaction by writing on some page. Firstly, we can prepare this from alkyl halides. For this, alkyl halide, alkyl iodide react with zinc fillings and form alkyl zinc iodide. Now alkyl zinc iodide is distillated in presence of CO2. And dialkyl zinc is formed and zinc iodide is formed. Secondly, we can prepare this from organoaluminium compound. For this, tetraalkyl aluminium will react with zinc chloride and form dialkyl zinc and dialkyl aluminium chloride. So by these two ways we can prepare organozinc compounds. Now I would like to tell you some physical properties of organozinc compounds. Organozinc compounds have linear geometry because of sp hybridization of Zn atom. Secondly, these compounds are non-polar. Organozinc compounds have lower melting and boiling point. These compounds are soluble in organic compounds. Lower zinc compounds are highly inflammable, so they are prepared and used under the presence of CO2. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Good morning friends. I am Tushar from BSc Chemistry Honors Final Year. So today I am here to give my presentation on the topic is polymer. So what do you mean by polymer? Polymer means that large number of small complex combined together to form a big compound or a complex is known as polymer. Now the next term comes, that is monomer. What it means? Monomer means that it can be defined by its own name, which means mono plus mer. Here mono means one, that is single, and mer means unit. So now through this definition we again define the definition of polymers, that a large number of monomer units combined together to form a big compound or a complex is known as polymer. Now, compound form is known as polymerization reaction. Now, we will discuss about the type of polymerization reaction. Basically, there are two types of polymerization reaction. Number one is addition polymerization reaction, or we can say it chain growth polymerization reaction, and second is condensation polymerization reaction. So here we will discuss. In case of addition polymerization reaction, we will take ethylene, that is CH2 double bond CH2. Here we will take its n number of molecules. Now through polymerization reaction, it will convert and form a chain like structure, that is CH2 single bond CH2 single bond CH2 single bond. So here the main thing is that these should be in single bonded, and there is no elimination allowed in this polymerization. Different type of monomers are reacted with different type of functional groups, and which leads to the formation of a compound or a polymer is known as condensation polymerization. For example, nylon 6,6. Its formula is C12H22N2O2, and its melting point is 264 degrees Celsius. Now we will discuss about the difference between the polymer and polyester. Mainly, as we study in polymer, many small number of monomers unit combined together to form a big compound, and in case of polyester, the monomer unit are the monomer main units are ester. Now I will tell you some example of synthetic polymer and some example of natural polymer. For example of synthetic polymer is nylon 6,6 and Teflon. Nylon 6,6 is mainly used for the formation of ropes of parachutes and bags and another industrial material. And the Teflon is a hydrophobic in nature, and it is used for the preparation of the cookware and frictionless. And some example of natural polymers are, that is starch and cellulose. Here starch is used for the growth of the plant, and cellulose is also used for the growth of the plant. But in case of cellulose, we cannot digest cellulose. So this is all about the polymer. Thank you.
Good morning all of you. I am Vinay from BSc Chemistry Honors, third year. Now we will discuss about our topic organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds, those compounds in which metal carbon bond are with some exceptions. For example, Grignard reagent, lithium, alkyl lithium, and dialkyl zinc. The compounds are some of carbides, cyanides. These are not included in organometallic compounds. These have metal carbon bond, but in these there is no physical properties matching with organometallic compounds. In organic chemistry, we studied about two types of organometallic compounds. First one is simple organometallic compounds. The compounds in which only the alkyl group present with a metal. For example, alkyl lithium, dialkyl zinc, etc. These have covalent character. Now mixed compounds, those compounds in which there is a compound in which alkyl group present with a metal and a halogen. For example, Grignard reagent. Now we will discuss about reactivity of these organometallic compounds. In these compounds, now we will discuss about reactivity. In this, The reactivity of organometallic compounds depend upon the ionic character of the metal. The more the electropositive the metal, more will be the polarity, means separation of charge. Some of the examples are potassium, sodium, aluminium, etc. These are metals. Now Grignard reagent. These are also called organomagnesium halides. In 1912, Victor Grignard and Paul Sabatier discovered this, and for this invention they obtained a Nobel Prize in 1912. We can discuss about the formation of organometallic compounds. These compounds can be formed by two methods, from alkyl halides and metal exchange reaction. Metal exchange reactions, also called as transmetallation reactions. From alkyl halide, now we prepared a Grignard reagent from alkyl halide. We prepare a Grignard reagent Rx in the presence of Mg dry ether or THF, tetrahydrofuran. We obtain Grignard reagent. Here is delta positive charge and delta negative charge. On alkyl group of Grignard reagent, there is delta negative charge and delta positive charge on magnesium. If we add further in excess alkyl halide, we obtained alcohols. So we have to remember not to add alkyl halide in excess. Now second one, alkyl lithium from alkyl halide. As no delta positive, delta negative. In presence of lithium dihexane in the atmosphere of nitrogen, we obtain RLI, alkyl lithium compounds. So you studied these reactions. Now that's all from me. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. My name is Ankit. I am from BSc Chemistry Honors final year. I am here to discuss on topic organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds are those compounds in which there is a metal carbon bond, with some exceptions, are called organometallic compounds. The examples of organometallic compounds are Grignard reagent, alkyl lithium, dialkyl zinc, dialkyl cadmium, tetraethyl lead, and lithium dialkyl copper, or we can call it Gilman's reagent. Here is a point to remember. Some compounds may contain carbon metal bond, but those are not considered as organometallic compounds. For example, cyanides and carbides. Here these two types of compounds are not considered as organometallic compounds because they do not show the property same as organometallic compounds shows. Now let's discuss the types of organometallic compounds. The classification of organometallic compounds in organic chemistry are of two types. First, simple organometallic compounds. Those organometallic compounds in which metal is linked directly to the alkyl group are called simple organometallic compounds. For example, alkyl lithium, dialkyl zinc, dialkyl cadmium, tetraethyl lead, etc. They have metal carbon bond, but this bond is covalent in nature. the second type of organometallic compounds is mixed or complex organometallic compounds. These compounds these compounds contain metal carbon bond along with the metal is linked to the halogen also. For example, the mix organometallic compounds is Grignard. Mixed organometallic compounds is Grignard reagent. In Grignard reagent, the alkyl group is attached to magnesium, and magnesium is also attached to halogen atom. They have the in Grignard reagent, the metal carbon bond is ionic. Now let's discuss about the reactivity of organometallic compounds. The reactivity of organometallic compounds depends upon the nature of a bond between metal and carbon. The higher the ionic nature of the carbon metal bond, higher will be the reactivity of a organometallic compound. The more the polarity of a carbon metal bond, more will be the reactivity of a organometallic compound. The polarity depends upon the electropositive nature of metal. Higher will be the electropositive nature of metal, higher will be the polarity, hence the organometallic compound will be more reactive. Another point for reactivity is that the higher is the charge separation between carbon and metal atom, higher will be the reactivity of the organometallic compound. So that's all from me on organometallic compounds. Thank you.
Good morning to all. I am Anuj from Chemistry Honours 3rd year. I will give the presentation on the topic carbohydrate. So what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrates are the biomolecule which are hydrated of carbon, which have molecular formula CnH2ON. For example, if N equal to 6, so formula is C6H2ON, For example, glucose, mannose, galactose. And types, classification of carbohydrates are different types. First is on the basis of general formula. First is oxycarbohydrate and second is deoxycarbohydrates. Oxycarbohydrates are which have general formula. For example, CnH2ON, and deoxycarbohydrate are which do not have general formula and are formed by replacing of one or more OH bond group by H. Example of oxycarbohydrate are glucose, ribose sugar, and example of deoxycarbohydrate are deoxyribose sugar. And second type of carbohydrates are on the basis of number of unit obtained on hydrolysis. For first, monosaccharide, the carbohydrates which cannot be split further on hydrolysis. For example, glucose or fructose. Types of monosaccharide is triosis and tetrosis and etc. And is oligocarbohydrate, which on hydrolysis give 2 to 10 molecules of monosaccharide are called oligosaccharides. For example, maltose, lactose, and third is polysaccharide on hydrolysis, which gives large number of same or different monosaccharide. For example, cellulose, starch. And polysaccharide are different types like homo and hetero. In homo, example like cellulose and starch. In hetero, like gum and pectinate. Third type of carbohydrates on the classification of taste. First is sugar and second is non-sugar. First, sugar, which are sweet in taste, and second, non-sugar is tasteless. Tasteless. For example of sugar is fructose, and example of non-sugar is polysaccharides. And four type of carbohydrates are on the basis of carbonyl group. Nature of carbonyl group: first is aldose and second is ketosis. Aldoses which have aldehyde in structure, and ketoses are ketone group in structure. Aldose example are glucose, mannose, and example of ketoses are fructose. So this is all about for carbohydrate from me. Thank you.